Hi everyone, welcome back for chapter 26. Less than 10 minutes earlier, May had swam slowly through what felt like a crowd of hundreds of merpeople, the end of her dress trailing about 30 feet behind her. Apparently, formal dresses on mermaids weren't quite the common thing that Meghan had presented them to be, considering everyone was staring. Isn't it a little late at night for all these people? May whispered, a smile frozen on her face as she faked a friendly Queen of England wave at the onlookers. Merfolk sleep throughout the day, Meghan answered quietly. We are not slaves to your light cycles, as you folk on land are. That's exactly what we call them, too. Light cycles, May said. Nice one. She glanced around at the crowds, all of which seemed to have stopped whatever they were doing to watch them. Maybe next time you do this, pick a slightly less conspicuous outfit. Oh, yes, I'll happily pick between the fin-hiding disguises I typically have on hand, Meghan said. Just swim with confidence. They will assume you are from some lesser merfolk kingdom here on a royal visit. They'll probably be more impressed by the expanse of the gown than you are. Right, May said. I've always known I was less impressive than what I was wearing. That's a beautiful dress, a little girl mermaid called to her. I made it myself, May said, her fake smile cracking a bit. Now, swim along, nothing to see here. The little girl smiled shyly, then flipped back to what May assumed was her mother. The mother was staring too, but with less believing in her eyes. Uh-oh. Maybe try for less attention, not more, Meghan said. The palace is just ahead. We should be out of the public eye in just a moment, so try to keep things under control, please. Ah, control, said a familiar merman's voice from behind them. So easily lost, right, princess? Meghan froze, causing May to swim right into her. They both flipped around, slowly in May's case, considering her 30-foot-long dress, to find Captain Mako smiling at them, his hands clasped behind his back. You haven't introduced me to your friend, Meghan, he said, and then turned his gaze to May. Though I must say she looks familiar. Please give me a hint where I've seen her. I could use a leg up here, he smiled. Silly me using a human expression like that. I can't imagine why. Meghan's eyes narrowed. What are you doing here, Mako? He swam a bit closer. I was actually looking for you, and here you are. And with such a lovely mermaid beside you, wearing one of your dresses, if I'm not mistaken. You cannot tell my father, Meghan said, her voice low and dangerous. Please, I must do something for this human. Must you? Mako asked, his voice lowering as well. And what might that be, if I can ask? Meghan winced. There are things that I did in the past that I haven't yet made up for, and... The human prince? Mako whispered, his tone dropping even further in temperature. Is that what this is? They're here to bring you back to your human? No, Meghan said. How could you even think such things after all this time? Because we're speaking with a human girl, not two fins from us, Mako whispered more forcefully. What else am I to think? It has nothing to do with him, Meghan said, her voice low, rising as well. They needed the help of the sea witch, who is dead, Mako said. End of story, it sounds like. I can help them, Meghan said, and if you have any feelings for me whatsoever, you'll get out of my way and let me do that. But why humans, Mako said. I can't help but think. Oh, yes, you can, Meghan said. You can think, but you don't. This doesn't have anything to do with that human. It really doesn't, so maybe we could move on now, May asked. If there was were a slow conversation Olympics, these two would have been standing on the podium with medals around their necks half an hour ago. Both of them glared at her. She is right. There is no time for this, Meghan said, and people are starting to notice. I need to do this. I can do it with your help or without, but I will do it. Which will it be? Of course I'm coming, Mako said, if just to ensure your safety. Oh yeah, the defenseless human with a mile-long dress can be pretty dangerous, May pointed out, and this time ignored their glares. Seriously, clock's ticking. Meghan turned and swam into the upper floor of the palace, and Mako followed her, leaving May alone with far too many merpeople still staring. She gave them a queen wave one more time, and then swam as fast as she could after them, twisting into and out of dark hallways until she almost plowed into Meghan, hunched over a moss-covered rock in the middle of a dark, sparsely furnished coral cave. Help me move this, she told Mako, who muttered to himself a bit but followed orders. Let's not forget, we need to get Jack and Philip before they go, May said, as they muscled the rock out of the way. We will, Meghan said, pushing herself into a hole left beneath the moss-covered rock. But first we must find the Sea Witch's songbooks. Meghan pushed herself in deeper until just her tail stuck out, as Mako watched both her and May with some suspicion. "So you keep looking, and I'll go get the boys," May said, swimming away from Mako. The merman captain was a little too annoyed for her taste, and that look didn't seem to be headed toward happy any time soon. "Aha," Meghan said, wriggling out from the hole, holding several thin stone tablets. "I think I found them. And by the way, that direction leads to the shark pens. Stay with me if you want to be safe." "Ah," said a voice from the direction May had been heading in. "But what if you're the one in danger?" With that, the darkness lit up as two glowing swords both struck out, heading straight for Meghan. May and Meghan both screamed in surprise, while Mako shouted something that May couldn't understand. As a mermaid, a glowing sword in each hand, backhanded one sword into Mako's face and threw the other one right at Meghan's heart. Meghan's eyes lit up like the sun as she began to hum, and lightning exploded from her hands directly at the sword, which did nothing to stop its forward momentum. What did stop the sword's momentum, however, was Mako's hand as he grabbed the blade in his palm. The pain from both the eye's attack and the sword's cut were clear, but neither showed on the merman's face as he tossed the glowing sword back behind May and then turned to face the eye. "Oh, come on," the eye said, looking annoyed. "You've got no chance here, fishman. You versus me, you're slower than your tide." "Then it's a good thing he's got help," said a familiar voice, and relief washed through May like a flash flood as she realized it was Jack. He slowly swam into view, the sword Mako had just thrown in his hand, and Philip at his side. "Ready to try this again?" Jack asked the girl. She smiled. "More than you'll ever know," the eye said, and just like that, everything fell into chaos. All right, I'll see you guys next time for Chapter 27. Bye.